Modern ASMR has become a space of intense optimization. Most creators rely on high-end binaural microphones and meticulously structured routines to trigger a reliable physical response in the listener. To see what happens when those human habits are removed, one creator decided to hand the entire architectural design of a session over to an artificial intelligence. When you task a system capable of processing millions of data points with designing the ideal relaxation routine, the logical expectation is something highly technical, a sequence of sounds tuned with mathematical precision. But the AI's output was the opposite of complex. It stripped away the layers of specialized triggers, delivering a routine defined by an almost jarring level of restraint. A machine built for high-speed calculation arrived at a strategy that felt curiously analog, suggesting that the most effective way to interact with our biology is to do as little as possible. The AI's first directive was the total eradication of speed. It demanded the elimination of every sudden movement and any hurried sound. In this routine, the focus isn't actually on the tapping or the fabric rubbing. Instead, it prioritizes the empty space and the faint echoes that exist between the sounds. This approach addresses a biological state called neural deceleration. Our brains need physical time between sensory events to transition from active processing into a state of rest. As we see on this timeline, the AI systematically widened these silent gaps as the routine progressed. By increasing the negative space between triggers, it forces the listener's internal tempo to sync with the slowing environment. The experiment suggests that deep relaxation isn't something you add to your environment. It's what remains when you've successfully subtracted enough noise. When the AI moved into close-up triggers, it added a specific constraint. The rhythm of the tapping had to change every few seconds. If a sound is perfectly predictable, the brain habituates to it. We stop paying attention to the external sound, which allows our focus to drift back toward internal stressors or repetitive thoughts. The AI solved this by making micro-adjustments to the pattern, constantly alternating between 3-tap sequences and 2-tap pauses. This chart tracks focus against different sound patterns. With a perfectly symmetrical rhythm, the brain loses interest and focus drops. The AI applied this logic to speech, removing full sentences for isolated words like relax or breathe. By breaking the rhythm and stripping down the language, the AI starves our natural prediction engine. It stops the mind from doing the constant, exhausting work of anticipating the next beat. The materials the AI requested for the routine were equally stripped down. It showed no interest in high-end sensory tools or specialized ASMR equipment. It focused instead on the micro-textures of ordinary objects, like a single piece of fabric or a common glass surface. In its final structural directive, the AI instructed the creator to layer these elements, the tapping, the fabric, and the whispers, together. However, these layers never compete. They move sequentially, ensuring that each sound is isolated and clear before the next one begins. The machine demonstrated that specialized equipment is often a human preference rather than a biological requirement. The most effective triggers are found by isolating the sounds of the objects already around us. After following the AI's instructions, the creator noted that the hyper-minimalist sequence resulted in a level of stillness that more complex routines rarely reach. This AI-generated sequence essentially functions as a reverse engineering of the human baseline for calm. We often try to solve stress by adding more to our lives. More wellness apps, more specialized routines, or more sophisticated tools. Ironically, a machine capable of infinite complexity looked at human exhaustion and prescribed the exact opposite of modern life. The lesson isn't that we need better technology to find peace. It's that we need the discipline to slow down and listen to the quiet that's already there.